Hi chat, welcome in everyone. Why are you so zoomed in? Like, I'm mildly okay with that camera? Well, I guess we're zoomed in. You don't need to be that zoomed in. Welcome in everyone. SprinkleBot is running. Welcome in everyone. Which also means we've switched over to other things. Let's see, we're still connected there, so it looks like we're still sort of running. What's Sprinkle running for? There is a huge description I just dropped in the general discussion of Discord, listing all of the ways that you can now earn sprinkles. It runs sprinkles, which are my in-chat currency for giveaways, all sorts of fun stuff like that. And now it's all mine. I'm not using I'm using a third-party bot, but it's all mine now. Like, the third-party bot is optional. It's entirely just being used for ease. I have a bot that's connecting to Twitch, to YouTube. It's running its own database. It's connecting to many other things. Which, if you study the stuff on Discord, you can read that. It's connected to Discord. You might notice the bot Gozine's in Discord right now. I have been working on this since November. Oh, by the way, Stream Deck's back working, so I can see what's going on over here again. You can go a little bit further that way. Though it apparently didn't post my going live notice in Discord. So I just did that myself. Like I said, it's struggling. It hasn't shut down yet, so that's positive. Though it has one error it's really annoyed about. Oh yeah, new sprinkle bot, new scramble. No exclamation mark scramble anymore, folks. Hi, Fluffy. I forgot to put a belt on before stream started. No, I'm gonna rub pork with coffee. Welcome in, everyone. Appreciate you joining me this first Friday of Sprinklebot era. Cheers. Yum 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 yum. Alright, what do we start with first here tonight? I think we're going to get going with potatoes first, I think. Get them diced up and ready to go. Hi there. How's your day going, chat? Just type plants, Fluffy. And that should have picked it up. Well, that's lovely. That's broke for tonight. Let's check if that worked. That it did. But are the other old ones still there? Yeah, they are. Okay, those all should be working right now. You'll note if you look at the channel points, you'll note all of them now, or a good portion of them now, have a period at the end. And the period differentiates new version from old version. It's because these third-party apps that work with the channel points, there's something about the creation of channel points that they want to actually create them for controlling them. Somehow, the way they're doing it. I turned off the command in order to allow the scramble to restart. So you were right with plants, but it didn't give you sprinkles for it, and didn't recognize that you did it. It tracks how many times you've won the scramble now, too. So starting on doing mashed potatoes for tonight. Gonna do mashed potatoes. We're gonna do cauliflower with harissa, and I forget what else I was gonna throw with that. And then we've got the pork. In the pork, I'm going to take harissa, apricot jam, and mix that together along with our pan sauce for the final. Harissa is a Tunisian spice. It's essentially it's a pepper and herb mix. It's primarily a pepper mix. It's warm, but it's not, I would say it's not quite jalapeno heat. It's got coriander in there. I like it. It's good. It's maybe not my favorite, but it's good. I'll show it to you here in a moment. I mean, just looking at it, you can see, you know, okay, this is potential for heat. Get these all covered with some water. Probably dump that water and do it once more. Just to get rid of a little bit of the starch. Alright, we got taters on the stove. Harissa. Let's show chat what harissa looks like. This is harissa. To be specific, of the Trader Joe's variety. There's a very strong garlic smell off of this, just opening it. It smells a bit like opening a jar of garlic. But there's very obviously pepper involved there. And it's also very oily. It coats things very nicely and easily. Yeah, I'd put it more... I sort of put it in the same area as gochujang. Like, it's got some heat to it, it's got some spice to it, but it's certainly not a straight hot sauce at the same time either. And it coats well. Gochujang coats things very well because it's so thick, but this coats things great too. And break these down into pieces that are cookable. Okay. Need a pan and parchment. We're going to need a bowl. So we'll add in a fair amount of this. Olive oil. MSG. Pepper. You want to know the most amazing thing in my mind about tonight so far? Simple press. It actually works again, chat. I know mute buttons are a complicated technology, but I've once again mastered them. Little soy sauce. And let's add our cauliflower in there. Get rid of the small little bits, and let's see if we can just stir this to coat it. Nope. So we'll have the harissa in with the cauliflower that we're going to be roasting, but it's also going to be in the sauce with the pork. Keep it all bunched up here for a moment while I get everything else out of here. Well, lots of fire sirens, that's not a great sound, but I'm not hearing British police car sounds, so that's a good thing. Sonoma County uses the British, like, old school wailing horn siren for when they're doing evacuations. So we're thankful that we don't have to hear that tonight. Throw some salt on top of this, and we'll wait to throw these in when our pork is ready. So now I need to do coffee. I'm going to take my coffee grinder over here, and I am going to set it essentially as fine as it'll go, because I want it really fine for coating the outside of the pork versus what I want it for brewing coffee. Should have muted for that. I'm going to mute for the next one. Okay, so we got some nice fine coffee there. And if only because I don't want to use my coffee grinder, I'm going to take it out and put it in a bowl. Trying to remember the name of that one place. I don't know if he's still in Sonoma County or not. There is a chain. I thought I had it there for a moment and then it disappeared. There is a chain of subs from the Bay Area. It was originally in San Francisco. They moved out of San Francisco to Santa Rosa, across from the community college. And I don't know if he's still here or not, but that was like the name for subs. I have to say that I haven't found the like working man's. Well, actually, there's another one here too that I can't remember the name of too. That's also in Santa Rosa. Both cases are not ones that I'm overwhelmed with myself. I have not found the working man's sub joint here. Like, I loved Busy Bee when I was living in San Pedro, California, down south. Oddly enough, one of the kids in my bachelor's class was the chef at a restaurant in New York called Busy Bee. Trying to think of, like, well, Busy Bee was all about the, like, hot table, quick move you through, we're gonna serve 500 people for lunch type place. But at the same time, hot, sloppy, greasy, meaty sandwiches. They were so good and cheap. I haven't gone for any of the chain ones in a long time. Like, I think Quiznos was the last time I was doing... Like, I haven't had a Firehouse around me to try a Firehouse. And there's a couple other names out there that I don't have around. I don't have a Schlotsky's around here or anything like that. I just can't. None of them do it for me anymore. They're all too, like, Quiznos was okay, but they put so much sauce on everything. It's like, here, you want you want a sub with your sauce? Was never a huge Jimmy John's fan. I did like Subway back in the day. You know, back when Subway melt was a thing that wasn't a special order. But that was a long time ago. Yeah, I haven't found the local place for that. I've also made several, well, I haven't, like, created them, but I have written several business plans for businesses that are along that same line. And it just doesn't work in modern day anymore with delivery, with employee cost, it's just not. So we're going to add some other savory stuff in here. First off, fair amount of salt. Thank you, Nan Reader. Greatly appreciate that resub. Regardless of alerts and maybe overlays not even doing that right. But did stuff show up right, chat? I'm gonna have to look back at the VOD. Do you think this is enough pepper yet, or should I keep going? Garlic. Are you ready for the oven? Not really, but we're going to use you anyways. End of coffee for you, chat? Also, welcome in, Nan Reader. So we're going to take this loveliness and transfer it this side to a wire rack for the oven. We'll get rid of our raw pork contaminated tools. Hopefully the coffee I'm about to pour in the trash will make up for the raw pork container that I also poured in there. Good coffee tonight, chat. Speaking of coffee. Can we start getting things going here, I think? I think we can. Am I cooking pork a day before I break down a pig in my house with leftover pork? Yes. But I'm not buying a half hog for the tenderloin. Okay, we got you started for flame. We need our oven at 400. And then let's make a sauce. Like, I was thinking that I was going to be doing this on a pan where I would have sauce, but I'm using a rack. So let's make a sauce. Coffee's done for. If you're curious what type of grind you would use for this, I used what would be called the Turkish grind or powder grind. Like, it, as fine as the grinder will go. If you're unfamiliar with Turkish coffee, the term, not necessarily coffee from Turkey, the way they serve their coffee is just straight grinds in water. I mean, there's other fancy stuff about it, like they do it in like heated sand and stuff like that, but actually, let's use a pot for this. Flour to make a roux. I know you're in there. Water. Wishing I had some vegetable bouillon actually tonight. All I got is beef and chicken. Pork stock would work too, but I'm not going to have any of that until Monday. Oh yeah, we're not only cutting a half pig up here on Saturday, on Sunday I'm making stock. So I'm going to have tons of time to diagnose all the errors with SprinkleBot tonight. It's going to be perfect all weekend. So we're just going to slowly cook that flour flavor out of it. It's essentially just a roux with water right now, but it's going to be essentially the base to our sauce because I want to use just the Harissa really and the apricot as the flavor in that. So this is really like the hydration of our thick sauce, if you can think of it that way. I might add a bit more water to that, but it's going to cook out while we're doing other stuff. Apricot. The best that can be bought on sale. I'm not a huge fan of that brand. They're okay. I think they're a little overpriced. Normally. I'm sort of in a I could eat cheaper short timeline. Like, I've been trying out different places for buying stuff. Like the cauliflower I picked up at Target of all places. I don't shop at Target normally. Waiting on our oven to come up to 400 here. I'm afraid to look at SprinkleBot. Let's see if SprinkleBot's still running. Yeah, it's still running, but YouTube is not happy with me right now. Starting to get there with our taters. They're almost to a bubble. They got a nice simmer going on. I think I'm going to spray the outside of my pork log here with olive oil. Just to add a light layer of fat on there with the oil and spices. Or add a layer of oil on there with the coffee and spices. So see, now it's shiny too. Seems like the dad jokes have been hitting more often than they use. Is it too often, chat? I'm also not announcing that they're happening anymore. It's just the bot saying them now. We still have follow. Oh, we got our beep. Let's do them both together. Pork should take 25 to 35, probably 25 to 30. And I don't think the cauliflower is going to be too drastically different. Start a 25-minute timer there for the pork. What do we do for 20 minutes, chat? He says, realizing that he didn't buy oyster mushrooms like he intended to. Not that I would be using oyster mushrooms right now, but I intended to use them in the stock on Sunday, and so therefore they should already be in the fridge, and they're not in there. I guess I can pick them up on the way to picking up the pig. Let's see here. What's going on in the world tonight? Ooh, let's see what Publix's summertime ice creams are. Buckeyes and fudge. Yeah. Caramel turtle cheesecake. Buckeyes and fudge to me sounds like fudge and peanut butter. Like, it's not creative. Caramel turtle cheesecake. That could be good. If they're using actual pieces of cheesecake in there. If they're just giving it some, like, yogurt flavoring or cheese flavoring, no thank you. Add a bit more water to that. It's going to cook a little bit longer. That wasn't enough water. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Cold brew cookies and cream. Now that sounds like a winner. Light coffee flavor with cookies and cream. I could go for that. Freedom Berry Bliss. Strawberry mascarpone and blueberry flavored ice creams. Mascarpone sounds like plain, but otherwise it sounds good. Home Run Caramel Popcorn. Pass. Marry Me Strawberry. Strawberry flavored ice cream with ribbons of strawberry flavored sauce, studded with pieces of white chocolate flavored strawberry pecan bark. Not sold on the pecan bark, the rest of that sounds lovely. Peanut butter is my jam. Brown sugar flavored ice cream with peanut butter cookie and peach flavored swirls. Peach is interesting. Finished with peanut butter and jelly cups. Okay, so it's peanut butter and jelly with peanut butter and jelly cups. Could be better. In fact, yeah, you could have done a much better job just doing doing a peanut butter and jelly ice cream. Maybe keep the peach flavored swirl. Like, ditch the brown sugar flavored ice cream. Strawberry flavored ice cream with salty lime flavored ribbons and chili lime flavored flakes. Strawberry lime. I'll just call it margarita. Chantilly cake. You mean vanilla? Like, maybe some flour flavor? Maple chocolate chip pancake. That one I can get by so far. Let's see. Now you're losing me on the buttermilk flavored ice cream. Because you're just lightly flavoring your ice cream. Like, I want pieces of pancake in there. Like, syrup drenched, falling apart from syrup pieces of pancake. No, it's not. The chantilly is not fluffy. It's white cake flavored ice cream with berry flavored ribbons and almond flavored cake pieces. It's vanilla with a little bit of flour and mostly flavorless entrance. Ugh. Orange cream. Always love a good orange cream. Peanut butter pretzel. Yet another just like peanut butter and chocolate combo. Peanut butter ice cream with chocolate coated pretzel pieces and fudge swirl. So boring by my mind these days. And what's the last one? Pina colada. That's a decent one. That's a good summer one. I'm not a coconut fan myself, but that's me. That sounds like a great flavor. I rarely enjoy cake in ice creams. I'm okay with the cheesecake bits because they're usually just sort of like cheesy graham cracker bits. But the cake ones are usually, like, cake does not freeze very well for eating. Like, it freezes hard. So right off the bat, to me, it's fake. If it's soft or anywhere near a cake texture. Well, if you need a reason to go back to Dairy Queen, they have just added back their most requested s'mores blizzard. Which I didn't know it disappeared because it sounds like a delicious one, but it's one that I never got. What's everyone's favorite blizzard out there? I was a peanut butter cup, Reese's peanut butter cup, and Reese's Pieces fanatic for a long time when it came to blizzards. M&Ms are good too. And then older, I've gotten more into like the flavored cheesecakes but I've never been into like s'mores or the heavy or cookie doughs. I think I've had cookie dough. Now see, those cookie dough and brownie sounds like flavors that would definitely go for ice cream, but not really where I go for blizzards. Though they sell, so obviously you are not alone in that opinion. I may have made a few too many potatoes. I've made potatoes for an army. Throw a bit of quick plastic wrap over these. Let's trap that steam in, keep them warm while we're doing everything else here. Oh, dad joke. Okay, back to our gravy of sorts. I'm going to switch to a whisk, though. For those just tuning in, what we have here is a combination of roux and water. Not very exciting so far. A little spice, a little seasoning in there, mostly salt, pepper, MSG, I think. Or that was in the potatoes that I did that, so there's no spice in there yet. We'll leave that out still, actually. Because we're doing the apricot harissa. So we'll start in with our apricot first, with a bunch of apricot preserve. And we'll whisk that in. And as soon as this all seems to break up, like we got some big chunks in here still, we'll go in with the harissa. I'm going to use up the rest of the bottle of harissa on this. And we're hoping that the pork is going to be perfectly ready here at 25 minutes. I'm not going to look at the side of it. We got any green thumb people in chat? We got anyone with like 50 plants in their house? I've got like one little corner of light that my plants seem to survive in, and everything else is sort of like, it's a low light plant, so it's like sort of okay. Like it gets indirect light basically all day with like 15 minutes of direct light. That at least gets light a majority of the morning. You no bubble yet. Come on, light bubble. It's trying to bubble. Alright, now I'm going to cut the heat on that and add the rest of this harissa in there. So that's looking pretty good there, chat. I like the consistency of that. Careful sticking your finger in hot sugary sauce is a good way to burn yourself. That's mighty tasty. I'm mildly tempted to add even a little bit more apricot in there. But I think I'm just going to add a little honey. Coats the spoon nicely. Not outrageously hot, but it does have a kick. It's got a little bit of heat to it. It's definitely going to build. And yeah, it's on par with maybe a light jalapeno heat. I think it hits you quick and fades quickly compared to many other peppers. Though it's probably going to build at the same time. This is a little bit like a sweet and sour sauce. It's pretty close. Well, our broccoli, or our cauliflower is good. Giving another 5 minutes to the pork. Oh, maybe these can go in there longer. I'm gonna throw these back in there. I was thinking the bottoms of those were probably nice and crispy, judging by the other crispy bits, but I'm gonna throw that back in there too. Hi, chat. How we doing? Having a good start to your weekend? What are you doing tonight? Everyone partying tonight? I expect drunken debauchery from all of you. If you don't understand that sarcasm, I'm sorry. I do wish you all have a great weekend. But you don't need to get drunk and disgusting to do that. Quiet night. Hi, Cosmic. Wrong time of year, but yeah. Good. We're gonna have to slice our pork. And we're gonna want to let our pork rest for a minute or two. So we got some pork covered with coffee. Sort of recovered that sentence. But we're still gonna have to give that a minute here to rest and relax, and we gotta let our food relax too. It actually astonished me the other day that I didn't know the top restaurant in the U.S. as far as sales, as far as like actually turning tables. Dim sum restaurant or soup dumpling restaurant in like Disney World, places like that. Like ridiculous sales. Ridiculous. Chat on Twitch looking at the thumbnails like, what's is that food? Let's see what we got here, chat. That's looking pretty good. Going with our mashed potatoes. We'll do sauce first. What was I going in there for? Oh, butter. Because we don't have enough butter in here yet. Mostly I just want that for the photo. How's that looking to you, chat? I think that's going to be yummy. I'm going to throw a little pepper on there. Maybe take another photo of it. But otherwise, I think we are good. So I think that is going to be it for tonight, chat. I don't know how long it's been tonight, if it's been a shorter stream or a longer one. But we're going to be back here tomorrow. I don't normally stream on Saturdays. I'm going to be back here tomorrow, probably sometime noon to 2 o'clock. Going to be doing stream earlier because I'm picking up half a pig. I'm going to break it down on stream. get started with a bunch of stuff, continue into making stock, rendering lard on Sunday. We're also going to be making beef birria on Sunday. And then after that, on Monday, we're going to continue on making beef birria ramen. Serve a quick ramen dinner. We're going to use the pork stock that I'm making on Sunday, on Monday, along with the beef birria. I'll buy some ramen. I'm not going to be fancy about that. And so that's Monday night, along with other stuff, like probably finishing the pork stock, other things like that. Wow, that really didn't work. Way to go there, bot. There's other things I need to fix. Oh, let's see who's out there tonight. I think I'm going to leave it right there, chat. We're not going to raid out tonight. Thank you so much for joining in with me. First night of SprinkleBot. Now begins all the debugging of what went wrong during tonight. And hopefully we actually have proper sprinkles recorded. Pictures in the Discord. Like I said, I told you everything that's coming up this weekend. I'll be back here tomorrow. I hope to see you back here. Have a great night, everyone. Good night.